This is Srijan and this video is about what I watched in January 2023. The concept is inspired by this YouTube channel, Karsten Rehnquist. He makes good content on Hollywood movies. Do check out his channel. We are trying to replicate the same thing but with the movies I watch. I'll try not to add any spoilers for any of the movies so you can check out if you haven't any. This month I started with Love Today. It's a Tamil rom-com movie recently became popular because of its concept. Heroine's father asks them to exchange their phones for 24 hours. If they are fine with each other after the time period, he says he has no objection with their relationship. And the entire movie is about both of them exploring other phones and their secret, resulting in many funny and deep emotional moments. Keeping aside questions like how much privacy should one have in their relationship, this is one of the best movies I watched in the recent times. Whether the pacing, music, acting, the movie did justice to its concept. Pradeep Ranganathan, the director and also the hero of the movie, is a big standout for me.
Sambar or Yekse! Sambar! They followed up.
Hey, also he looks like Dhanush now. Then I watched Dhanush's movie, Thiru. It's actually a Tamil movie called
Tiruchitrambalam.
To save my sanity, I will refer to it as Thiru. Thiru is about a normal dude struggling to find the love of his life. Upon multiple fails, he finds solace in his best friend Sobhana. Apart from that, it is also a family movie that deals with the struggles of a family with a missing mother. Emotional scenes are where the heart of this movie is at. It felt like I'm watching a good old Tamil movie. I'm personally not a great fan of how this movie took turns in the pre-climax, but I really love the movie overall. Then I watched Get Out. I watched this movie without any prior context and didn't expect the movie to be that way. It's about a black American guy who loved a white girl. They have been invited by her family to her home. The house looks like a stereotypical horror house somewhere outside the country. As expected, things never go normal in houses like that. How he's able to get out of that forms the remaining story. It's not like a horror movie that deals with ghosts, but definitely does have some elements of it. After watching, I also wanted to watch Nope by the same director Jordan Peele, but the reviews on Google stopped me to step in. In case if you have already watched it, should I proceed or ignore? Then I started Young Sheldon. I also stepped into this without any prior context. I mean, I don't even know this is a prequel to the Big Bang Theory. I have not watched Big Bang Theory, nonetheless I enjoyed this series. It definitely does stand on its own. It's about a bona fide genius, Sheldon Cooper struggles to fit in with his family and friends.
What are you doing out there?
I was exploring dimensional kinematics. Admit it, he's adopted. How can I be adopted when I have a twin sister? Think, monkey. Think.
I liked this sitcom because of all the characters, and the series does suck you into the characters right in the pilot episode. But most importantly, I love that there are no laugh tracks in the background. I liked it so much that I am already in season 5 episode 21. Total 104 episodes completed in a week along with a full-time job. Loved my dedication here. Can't wait to complete the 5th and 6th seasons too. Breaking my binge watch with the Young Sheldon, I watched Hit, the second case. It's a Telugu crime investigation movie, a sequel to Hit, the first case. But the crime they deal with and even the main lead are different. It's really hard to decide which is a better hit movie because I like both of them equally. Characters like these are bread and butter for education, and Silesh Kolnu's direction is intense and suspenseful. Some scenes in the movie are brutal that even the trailer of the movie is age restricted on YouTube. According to the director, there will be more hit movies coming and they will combine all the movies to form a hit universe. Really excited about it considering both the movies that are already released are really good. Then I started Wednesday. I don't understand how this turned out to be Netflix's most watched series only behind Stranger Things and Squid Game. It's not bad, but it is also not that interesting. Before making any more statements, I have to say I have not watched The Addams Family and also only watched first 3 episodes of Wednesday. Initially, I thought the entire craze is because of the popular TikTok Wednesday dance trend, but seems like people really like the series as well. Maybe I should first check out Addams Family before coming to a conclusion. What do you think? Is it good? Then I watched The Menu. Some of the rich food buffs visits an exclusive destination restaurant to a remote island. Then it takes some weird turns and the movie ended up as a thriller. Saying anything more than this will be a spoiler to this movie. Along with the thriller aspect, this movie is also a satire on art and art industry. I cannot believe how subtle the humor in this movie is. I might have even missed many because of the cultural differences. But for my brain, which is used to watching Instagram reels, this movie definitely felt a bit slower. Nonetheless, when the actual plot of the movie started, it completely became a roller coaster ride. Then I continued Alice in the Borderland Season 2. Alice in the Borderland is basically jacked up version of the Squid Game. Players have to play weird games to save their lives. I personally like Season 2 more than Season 1, which is already amazing. But I hope there will be no Season 3 as the ending of Season 2 is really good. With just 8 episodes, it barely took a weekend to complete the season. Compared to the Squid Game, I think characters are a bit better and games are more creative. But as players teleport to another universe where they have to play the games, it can seem a bit illogical. But believe me, it all makes sense by the time you complete it. If you like Squid Game and haven't seen Alice in the Borderland, then I really recommend you to check out this Japanese series. Coming back to the Indian content, I watched Mukundan Unni Associates. It's about a criminal lawyer.
Criminal lawyer.
who does anything if it benefits him. He uses animals, accidents, even dead bodies to level up and be successful. He literally don't even have any remorse for any of his actions. The less I say about this movie, the better your experience will be. Expected the movie to be serious, but it's a dark comedy movie. I don't even understand how I am rooting for this guy, but the movie made me do it anyway. It really pushed me to watch more Malayalam movies. Then I watched another Malayalam movie.
Jaya He, Jaya He, Jaya 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 He.
This movie is about Jaya who, due to unfortunate circumstances, got married to Rajesh. The issues she has to face with an angry and toxic husband and how she dealt with it forms the basic storyline. With that plotline, one can expect a serious movie with a message, but the movie is completely and perfectly mixed with comedy. It never moved away from the core topic that it needs to talk about. The music, tonality, and hilariously relatable dialogues are icing on the cake. I am already a late watcher, but if you haven't still seen the movie, I can't really recommend enough to watch this movie. Then I watched Nayagan. I watched this movie long time ago and wanted to rewatch this classic. I really do not have much to offer about this movie except for falling in love with how sensibly they portrayed a gangster movie in 1987. I personally love movies that deal with grey characters. This movie is a masterpiece in that, as you don't even understand whether it is good or bad. Nayagan just plays on that middle line throughout the movie. But I have to say, this movie does show its age in filmmaking style and pacing of the story. But if you watch older movies, this is something that you need to check out. Then I watched the first Hindi movie of the month, Lal Singh Chadda. I expected the movie to be bad because of all the talk surrounding it. But to be frank, I feel the movie is decent. It's a remake of the classic Forrest Gump movie. That movie touches many historic moments happened in the US. Lal Singh Chadda actually did a good job in turning all of them related to India. I have to say, some scenes like the war scenes aren't as good as the original, but the movie is still good and enjoyable. I don't think this movie will become a classic by any stretch, but the movie is something that you can watch for one time. Might be because of less hopes on the movie even before the start, but I liked the movie overall. Then I watched second Hindi movie of the month, Monica Oh My Darling. It's a movie about a murder mystery. A young guy with big ambitions get involved into a murder plan that horribly go wrong. What happened later and how he proved not guilty forms a basic storyline. Keeping that entire storyline aside, we have to talk about the execution here. Action and thrilling scenes mixed with those old Bollywood type songs gave a fresh look to the entire movie. The movie moved in many ways I have not even expected. Even after knowing the mystery, the movie managed to keep me excited until the last second. I highly recommend everyone to watch this movie.
क्या आपने तो पूरा ऐसा क्राइम पेट्रोल बना दिया.
The songs in the movie became my go-to while I am walking with my dog. At the end of the month, I rewatched Ante Sundaranki. I watched this movie already last month and here's what I said in that video. I will definitely watch this movie at least a couple of times this year. It's a classic in my opinion. I already watched the movie again. While my opinion on the movie is in change, I recognized how complex the screenplay of this movie is. But it is still done well that I really didn't felt confusing while watching for the first time. Seems like I will rewatch the movie more than a couple of times. These are all the movies I watched in the month of January sitting behind the fourth wall. So what did you watch in this month and what should I watch in the next month? Do let me know in the comments below.